Hey there, I'm Chris, and for the Cosmos Hackathon Challenge, I put together a project called APIKit, which is a module for Cosmos applications for interacting with APIs more easily. So what's the motivation of this? The APIKit, or the APIs module, is simply a module that you can add to any arbitrary Cosmos project and be able to easily hook into lifecycle events. Now, the key motivation is to improve interoperability with other services or blockchains from within your application without requiring a detailed understanding necessarily of all those lifecycle events or setting up all those HTTP handlers throughout your code base. Instead, you have a centralized source where those can be configured. So how is it built? The API calls are configured via the keeper param store up front or later in your Cosmos application, and the keeper is invoked programmatically, so either in response to Cosmos events or otherwise, or ad hoc via CLI queries. Now, the APIs module, for every request that you have configured, it will broadcast a distinct event when those API calls complete, allowing arbitrary subscriptions. So you can respond to those events that get emitted anywhere from this centralized source or the centralized module that you set up in your app. So here's a quick walkthrough. On the right, you'll notice that there is a basic test that does a get call. And in our example here, all I have to do is get the weather. In this case, we have Boston. It gets the lat long as well as the city. And the test just verifies the API call works as it was configured in the param store, and it contains a particular string. In the ABCI file, we have an example where this application is hooked up to the end blocker, and it will actually query over all the requests that you have configured and make a request for each one and emit a post-response event for every single request. In the keeper, the actual implementation of make requests is pretty simple. Just hooks into the configuration that you set up, makes each call, and then either throws an error or returns the response. So what's the future work? This is still in the prototype phase. Now, all the code is open source and can be forked and included in your project, but this is very much still a beta product. Part of the work would still be finishing the query CLI and extending the module to support like arbitrary HTTP calls. Now, it supports like different query types like get or post, but not every configuration is supported out of the box quite yet. And then lastly, I want to add additional examples and interfaces. So if you wanted to create a wrapper using the API module around like a particular API or service, to be able to have that pre-built, so you can just get up and running with this with your API with minimal effort in your Cosmos app. Now that's pretty much the API Kit project, and thanks for your time.